Right, as promised, back into the archives. We're going all the way back to 1996, the first ODI between England and Pakistan played at Old Trafford. Look at some of these names. Knight, Stewart, Atherton, Thorpe at the top of England's order. Saeed Anwar, what a player he was. Sohail, Ijaz Ahmed, Salim Malik, Inzamam-ul-Haq. Right, here we go. Pakistan won the toss. They decided to bat.
Anwar's got hold of that all right. First boundary of the morning, just behind point.
Well, a bit of width here, and this is what costs the runs. Short and wide, it doesn't matter what wicket you're playing on. Some of the ability of Saeed Anwar. Put that away, despairing dive.
Well, that's right, Ian. I mean, they keep telling us they're preparing the ground for a very important home series next summer. 6 test matches against Australia for the Ashes, but don't really seem to be getting any further forward at all.
Well, here's one man I think's got a lot to prove, Darren Gough. That's a very good slower ball. The off-spin of it, he's got a lot to prove. And I think a lot of people have been a little bit puzzled why he's been out of the scene all summer, Darren Gough. I certainly am one of those people. I've been a big fan of his for a long time. I like people who've got big hearts, and he's certainly got that.
We'll go for 4. It's not a very long boundary down there towards the Old Trafford Metrolink station. Dean Headley, the man at third man, but he had no chance. Crossed the rope about 10 metres to his right. Chase for Headley the other way, and he's going to be beaten again. That's Anwar's third 4 and the best of the 3.
This is a good shot. Particularly bad ball at all. It's off stump just outside length. Saeed Anwar hitting it very much on the up and opening the face a little bit and timing it very well behind backward square.
Good Yorker, very well played by Sohail. See, Ian, that's what I think England have missed this summer with Darren Gough's bowling. They didn't really have a specialist Yorker bowler.
Well, he varies his pace so well. That's the thing I like about Darren Gough. He bowls off spinners, he bowls, gets the ball to swing, he can bowl with a reverse swing, and he's aggressive. And I do just think that the England attack this summer has been somewhat stereotyped. I'd like to see Darren Gough and Devon Malcolm included. You might not have played them both in all the matches, but I think you could have played one or the other in most of the matches, and occasionally both. Using the bat again. And here Sohail is just starting to get a bit itchy out there. He's feeling a bit for the ball. It's not coming on as he likes it.
Anwar's picked that up. Didn't appear to quite get it. Lloyd is the man after it and won't get there. That's a typical Saeed Anwar stroke and an important one for Pakistan. It's his 4th boundary. And that's why bowling in these situations is so difficult, Alan.
Well, yes, I mean, these are 2 high-class performers, these 2 batters, and if you give them any width or any room, they're going to punish you.
That's the problem that Mullally has if he bowls too straight. I think he's better off focusing on that line just outside off stump. I'm in a minority here, but anything straight. Anwar's in such good form, and his eye is so good with no fielders out on the leg side boundary. He's going to go for the stroke.
Yeah, well, this is pitched just outside off stump, and Anwar knows it's a free hit.
It's the problem. If you stray at all, players of this quality are going to make you pay.
Headley knew he bowled a bad ball. You could hear him. And this is also a very good shot, but it's outside leg stump, and you don't bowl players of that class that.
Oh, the margin for error is minute. And this is the problem. If you don't have a cover sweeper out, you feel obliged to get it in towards middle, and leg. And if you just slip down the leg side at all, you've got a problem. 38 for no wicket off 15. So that's a reasonable start by England. They certainly haven't bowled badly, not by any means. Anwar's just in rollickingly good form, really. 15 overs have gone, so we can now make alterations to the field.
I said that Saeed Anwar was in prime form. If we see a better shot than that today, we'll be very lucky. That's brilliant batting.
This is an excellent shot. It's just the timing. He's come down the wicket and he's hit that in the middle, and Ronnie Irani can't believe his eyes. It's not a bad delivery, and you can't really blame the bowler. And this is a fantastic shot.
And a bit of fortune too. That's running away quickly. Headley's the man coming round at long leg. And though it's a brilliant stop, I think the umpire will have to judge that he hit the rope. He's not going to know it himself.
Yeah, I
And
think
it's 3 runs awarded, Alan. That's a surprise. You'd have thought that Nigel Plews may have asked for the third umpire. He's entitled to use the camera. If we just see that, it's a question of whether his hand is touching the ball at the same time as his body is touching the rope.
Yes, I think he was definitely made contact with the ball when he went over the rope.
This opening partnership of Anwar and Sohail is well established. This is the 53rd time they've opened together in one-day international cricket. And that's Sohail's first boundary.
Well, Ronnie Irani's just a touch confused here. He pitched up to Anwar in the last over and got driven straight back over his head. He's dropped it just fractionally short. And Sohail whips this away over square leg for 4.
Saeed Anwar is on 49. This is Irani over the wicket, and that is the Anwar 50. That is his 20th score of 50 or more in one-day international cricket. And that is his second 50 and only his second match against England. He played once before, that was in the World Cup in Karachi, where he got 71. Here he is now 50 not out. Smacked away in the air and out. At last England have a wicket. Malali is the catcher. Saeed Anwar is the man to go.
Chanced his arm a few times already today, Saeed Anwar. Fancying Irani, wanting to hit him back over his head, not getting to the pitch. And the ball swerving away to Malali at deep long off. And Irani gets his first wicket and England's first wicket. Anwar gone for 57. It's 82 for 1.
Here at Old Trafford, Ijaz Ahmed is making his way to the middle. Pakistan's number 3. The terrific record behind him, 134 matches he's played, only averaging 27.84, but 13 50s and 4 hundreds.
That's right, though, and just for a minute it looked like an under-edge stumping was on there, but the ball didn't get through to Stewart quick enough.
Comes down the wicket, Sohail goes to the big cut, but it bounces into the wicket and just wouldn't get there quick enough for Alex Stewart. I really do believe that on a wicket like this,
Brilliant, Atherton.
Here.
Oh, that's marvellous cricket from Michael Atherton.
very, very unlucky not to have hit the stumps. The indecision of the batsman came purely from the speed of work in the field.
Well, we always said that there's a chance of a run out, and we were saying just how well they were running just now, the Pakistani players, and he wasn't even in the frame there, Ijaz, and we certainly put the kiss of death on their running, didn't we?
Michael Atherton has often responded to things well in his time as England captain. He's on fire in the field out there.
Played again just behind, backward point, slides, picks up one-handed, and gets it back to his keeper.
Clever stroke. He's opened the face on purpose there, and Irani does very well. That was never easy. Irani had to make sure his legs stayed behind the rope while his hands were in contact with the ball. We saw earlier in the day how Dean Headley had a problem doing much the same thing.
It's a very clever shot from Ijaz. Deliberately opens the face and gets it very, very fine. Beautifully executed. Ronnie Irani comes around well, realises he's sliding, and lets go of the ball. Whether he let go in time is probably neither here nor there, but there could be a few adjustments in between innings to the score.
Yeah, I reckon Pakistan might have been denied a couple this morning.
Well, that's going to be 4 runs. It was meant to go straight back over Goff's head, but it's just whizzed away through first slip. It's the first boundary for 19 overs. It's the 50 partnership. It's an all-action shot. It's another bit of luck for Pakistan.
Well, you're going to need some luck in one-day cricket, and Goff clearly isn't going to have any slips in position at this stage, but it wasn't very wide of off stump. He was a bit unlucky to concede a boundary.
137 for 1. Saeed Anwar is the man out for 57, and the chopping and changing continues in the bowling attack. This is Robert Croft taking over from Darren Goff. Goff just bowling a 2-over spell, which cost 8 runs. Croft's got 2 overs to go before he's bowled out. And at last, Amir Sohail has managed to hit one in the middle, and he's got it away for 4. It's only his second boundary and his first in 21 overs.
Well, Sohail made his intentions clear the ball before, but this time Croft's delivery is in the slot once he's given himself that room, and it speeds past Thorpe at short extra cover, and there's no further cover for the fielder as it races away to the boundary rope.
Hale on the verge of a 50. 48 not out. Did a long time, opened the innings. It's been hard going for him. Yeah! Bowled him! He doesn't get to 50. Croft gets his man. It's his first wicket in one-day international cricket for England. And you would have to say that has been coming for quite some time.
Well, all credit to Robert Croft. He kept his cool after being hit for that boundary. He adjusted his line just outside the leg stump. Another ungainly shot from Sohail. This time he doesn't make any contact. He's gone for 48. Pakistan now 141 for 2.
There's a change in the batting order here at Old Trafford. Salim Malik was down to come in at 4, but the captain has promoted himself. He fancies a dart. His 199th one-day international, and he's here because Robert Croft has finally put an end to Amir Sohail's misery.
It's a frenetic innings by Sohail, trying to hit big shots over the infield and over the boundary rope.
Oh, and that's just pulled wide of the captain at mid-wicket. think it'll get away for 4. It does indeed. The signs are now very definitely there that Pakistan have decided they've got to crank it up a little bit here. Start to pile into these England bowlers.
And this is where I have my reservations about Ronnie Irani as an international bowler.
Now that's gone over the top. Mullally is up, and it's over his head for 4 more. 150 is past.
It's basically another long half volley from Ronnie Irani, which he just hits back over his head and Mullally's head.
Quite ideally so from Robert Croft's point of view, turning the ball away from him.
Stewart makes a very quick stumping there, but no chance of getting it, as Wasim thought is firmly lodged.
Bowling again by Croft. Wasim Akram was one of Croft's 2 victims in Pakistan's innings at the Oval. Had him out stumped by Alex Stewart. It's off the pad and gone fine. These are bonus runs for Pakistan, and 4 of them.
And that's a very fine sweep by Akram. Just gets a bottom edge on that one, and there's no chance of Graham Lloyd stopping that one, and that is 4 runs to Akram.
Attempting the sweep again, and Croft has bowled Akram round his legs. The Pakistan captain goes, and Robert Croft gets his 2nd wicket off his penultimate ball.
There he is, Akram trying to play the same shot, and he's come far too much across to off stump, and he's left. Oh, that's turned, and that's hit sort of middle and off, so it shows you how far he's come across, and Akram leaves for 6, the score 160 for 3.
Inzamam-ul-Haq is coming in at number 5 for Pakistan. There are 9 overs and 1 ball remaining. Very experienced player. 110 matches he's played for Pakistan, averaging just a fraction over 40. Best of 137 not out against New Zealand in Sharjah in 1993-94. 400s, 26 50s, and Robert Croft's last ball straight down the track, and Inzamam is off the mark first ball. Croft finishes his 10 over spell, and a very creditable spell it is too. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 36. A brilliant debut for Robert Croft.
He'll be very happy with those figures, and this is how Akram went. Came far too much across off stump, and he's left his stumps open here, and that's turned a little bit, and that is hit off stump, and Akram won't be very happy with that shot.
Good bowling. This particularly cracked area of the pitch, ideal for a left arm over bowler bowling this line. Just pitching leg stump just outside. It's hardly got off the ground at all. I think the bounce will get more and more unpredictable as the game goes on. That's up in the block hole, just short of that, and got away on the offside brilliantly by Ijaz. Valiant effort by Nick Knight to stop that. It's a boundary to Ijaz.
This is a little bit too full, and Malali won't like this one. He's pitched that one up too much, and Ijaz has improvised very well, and that's a very good shot. And Knight tries desperation to stop that.
It's high in the air towards long on. Irani takes the catch. It's a good catch. He saw it late and got under it very well. And Ijaz has gone. Malali gets his first wicket.
Well, this is very well judged by Irani. It looked like he was running in too quickly, and he's judged this perfectly, and went low down on his knees, and he's very happy. I think someone must have been giving him a bit of stick. Ijaz Ahmed leaves for 48, the score 174 for 4.
England desperately trying to claw this game back. They're doing well at the moment. Not easy wicket to score on this. The ball has not come onto the bat well. Ijaz attempting to swing it over long on for 6. Finds the safe hands of an elated Ronnie Irani. Saw it late, did Irani down there at long on.
Big thing, he's kept his eyes on the ball. You watch here, he's watching his ball right into his hands, and it's the way to take catches. Don't take your eyes off the ball.
New batsman have crossed. Moin Khan at the non-striker's end, coming in ahead of Salim Malik. He's put all of his weight behind that though, and smashed it away over mid-wicket for 4.
He's managed to time this, and he's hit that over cow corner, and there's no chance of any England fielder stopping that.
Slower ball and thumped away for 4. There's nobody out at deep mid-wicket or deep long on. 9 off the over.
Moin Khan has picked this one, and that's the slower one by Goff, and he's come down the wicket. He's timed that very well through mid-wicket.
And that is clubbed away through mid-wicket for 4. Sure that Robert Croft saw too much of that.
Again, Inzamam is such a clean hit of a ball, and he comes down the wicket, and there's no chance. Croft hasn't picked this up at mid-wicket at all, and he raced past him there, tried to even get a foot onto it, but there's no chance of him stopping it.
Well, a piece seemed to come off the bat there as Inzamam tried to smash that down the ground. Atherton's got the bit that flew off the willow of Inzamam.
It was on this ground that we saw half the ball fall apart, wasn't it? We saw the leather come off. Michael Bevan was batting for Yorkshire in the semi-final here, and the ball was in 2 bits.
This big gap out there. Maynard's not going to cut that off. He's an exceptional cricketer, Moin Khan.
He's certainly good enough to bat at number 6 in Test match side. It's a surprise that Pakistan don't have him at 6 and have an extra bowler in their side. They could have both spinners then. One thing about the field with Darren Gough bowling almost exclusively in-swingers is that there are only 4 fielders on the leg side, And two of them, the straighter ones, are up saving one.
That's bowled him out. This time the Yorker gets through. Late in swing. But a good contribution from Moeen. A quick fire 10 from him. From just 9 balls faced. Pakistan now have lost their 5th wicket with a score on 203.
Fabulous bowling. Just saying how Darren Gough had got this full in-swinger right on target. He's a cracking cricketer in my view. And he bounces straight back from the boundary with the wicket. Moeen Khan is the man out for 10. It's 203 for 5.
Salim Malik coming in down the order at number 7, and look at those number of matches played. This is his 228th one-day international. Debut back in 1981-82. He'll be facing Darren Gough, who's just picked up the wicket of Moeen Khan.
And he's done it with the best of bowling at the end of a one-day innings. If you can get the ball slanting in at off stump, it's even better than slanting in at leg stump. Fabulous stuff, good pace and pinpoint accuracy. He's had a good season with Yorkshire, Gough, and was touted to come back either for the Headingley Test match against Pakistan or indeed the Oval one, the 3rd one. Here he is though in the one-day game.
The wicket of Moeen and 7 runs from that over from Gough. Warm applause from this packed house at Old Trafford for Darren Gough. 3 overs to go, 203 for 5 Pakistan. Knight this time. More brilliant work. Headley applause. It's 6 from that over from Headley. 2 overs to go. 209 for 5. 12 balls of the innings remaining.
In its way, that's even better from Knight because he's going to the left side, and that's a fantastic bit of fielding. He may be a left-handed batter, but he's a right-handed thrower.
Edged away for 4. No slips in position. A wry grin from Dean Headley.
Painfully unlucky. I suppose if you were ultra critical, you could say that Headley could have pitched that up a foot more. Once the ball hits a length and is on its way up, it can squirt away off the edge anywhere. But it was arrow straight and pretty full. And I'm afraid that's the nature of bowling in the one-day game. It seems built for batsmen.
That's the length this time. You can't hit that very far. That's very cheeky. Headley, hands on hips. This is a class act, Inzamam-ul-Haq.
Well, this is a fantastic stroke. It's the ability to watch the ball for so long. It's almost gone past him. That's nearly hit middle and leg before Inzamam's played the stroke. And then to get it as fine as that. Fantastic batting.
Malik will try and get back. Irani should throw to the bowler's end. And Pakistan conclude on 225 for 5 from their 50 overs.
Now the one-day game has changed. Pakistan batting first from 50 overs, making 225 for 5 with that powerful batting lineup that included Syed Anwar, who made 57, and a quick-fire 37 unbeaten from Inzamam-ul-Haq. 2 wickets for Robert Croft on debut, so England needed 226 to win that first ODI of the series back in 1996.
Stewart's got that through the gap on the offside. The outfield is surprisingly quick, and that's the first boundary to England. Stewart's off the mark with 4.
Alex Stewart is just continuing in the same vein as he's shown this summer. Just times it quite exquisitely outside that off stump. Not an easy thing to do on this wicket.
With those 213 wickets, his opening partner, Wasim Akram, the highest wicket taker in one-day international cricket with 285. Highly experienced attack. Bowling at Nick Knight, who is in his first one-day international.
Outside that off stump, and just a little more bounce, I think, than Nick Knight was expecting. That's the one thing you just have to feel a little bit out here. It's not a consistent bounce.
It's picked up marvellously from Alex Stewart and whipped away through square leg for 4.
The one thing you mustn't do is bowl short and leg stump to Alex Stewart, and he just gets inside that and flicks it.
There was some speculation this morning whether Michael Atherton would open the batting. He obviously has not. Nick Knight and Alex Stewart are up there at the top of the order. Not even sure whether Atherton will come in at 3. Positive stuff from Knight. That's a fine stroke. He's used his feet at Akram and hit him through straight mid-on for 4. That is a class stroke.
Exuberance of youth, magnificent, isn't it? A couple of steps down the wicket to one of the quicker bowlers in the world, and hits him straight through mid-on. I think he's made his intentions quite obvious.
Super stroke. That's going to beat mid-on. Well, Raymond's just got across to it, but not before Stewart has got 2 runs.
Stewart just working that off stump through wide mid-on, and oops, we'll have another go, but it was always going to be 2 runs.
Alex Stewart has 1 century in one-day international cricket. That was scored against Pakistan at the Oval. Pushing hard, he'll get 2 here. A comfortable 2 as well. Ali Malik down there at 3rd man. Pulled away. That has beaten mid-on. Raymond's chasing it. Just picked it up a yard in front of the rope, and Stewart gets 3 more.
Well, Alex Stewart playing this off the front foot. Short arm pull. Have a wide mid-on. It hit very well. Watched it onto the bat.
Bowled a no ball. Knight has taken full benefit from it and swung him away for 4 over deep mid-wicket.
You're going to bowl over the wicket to me, Nick Knight's saying. And you bowl it straight, then I'm going to hit you over there. That'll cause a change in the field. Means that the sweeper on the offside is now coming into orthodox cover. And an extra fielder going out to deep mid-wicket. Now that really does restrict the bowler. He can't afford to bowl anything now off stump or outside because he's got absolutely no cover.
I'd be surprised if Nick Knight doesn't look to give himself a bit of room. Big appeal from Sacklane. He's followed through right down the middle of the wicket. The ball's pitched outside leg, and George Sharp is not impressed at all.
Well, it's pitched outside. George Sharp couldn't see anyway. And in fact, George Sharp can only just about see the other end now. He's gone right across him and down the wicket. Now, how does the umpire give this out? Now, he can't see anything by the back of the bowler's head.
Oh, this is exceptional running. Nick Knight has pushed that no more than 25 yards from the bat and got 2.
They just go for a amble at start and see that Inzamam is ambling in.
That's gone fine. Mushtaq's herring around the boundary, but he won't get there. That's beautifully played by Alex Stewart. 16 coming off Sacklane's first 2 overs, and England in clover at the moment.
This is a great shot by Stewart. He's waited for the ball. Just waited for it to turn. Very fine leg glance. Used the speed of the ball. That's raced away for 4 runs.
There's an edge this time, and Knight has to go. So eventually Wasim Akram himself gets the breakthrough for Pakistan. And Nick Knight goes. Bright and breezy innings from Nick Knight. He's gone for 26 in 34 balls.
Yeah, Nick Knight opens the face, trying to run it down to third man, and afraid it a little too fine, and he gets a nick on that. Knight leaves 26, and the score's 57 for 1.
Michael Atherton deciding that number 3 is the right position for him today. Brilliant average there, over 35 runs per innings in one-day internationals. And he comes in to replace Nick Knight. Simple catch to Moin Khan from the bowling of Wasim Akram. Looking to open the face, but the ball coming into the left-hander. And that's a fairly straightforward catch. Stewart down the wicket, that's high, over straight mid-wicket, just 1 bounce over the rope. Beautiful piece of timing. 4 fours now for England's all-rounder.
This is a free hit for Stewart. He comes down the wicket. He sees there's no man over there at long on. He goes down the wicket. Hits that superbly well.
Stewart moving gracefully on to 33.
Flowing stroke. It's dropped at mid-off by Wasim Akram, who may have done himself a little bit of damage.
Well, he may have done his team's chances damage, I think, because Stewart's in such good form. That's a slightly easier chance than it looked, in that there was no pace on the ball, so Akram had a chance to readjust his dive. It was still a good effort, but one that he may well reckon he should have held on to.
Swept at that and middled it for 6. 1 bounce ball. The crowd thought it was 6. The umpires knew differently.
It's a clever stroke from Alex Stewart. He knows that the man out at squarish mid-wicket is looking to go to his left. Stewart plays that ball away very well in front of square. That time getting on one knee, a ball of around middle stump, and hitting it much later and squarer.
There are times when batsmen would have said, OK, I'm not going to run for that, I've got in your way, but Michael Atherton had no qualms about going through for the single.
Well, I think anybody would either. It's one obstacle you can't get rid of, I'm afraid. Just a little bit of rugby, and well, all sports turn pro now.
In swing, and that's out. George Sharp has given Alex Stewart out LBW. As Waqar Younis finds the in-swinger. And England have lost their second wicket for 98.
Well, it does look as if it's hitting around middle and leg. And Paul Allett's indicating to me that he thinks there may have been a hint of an edge. Alex Stewart's gone for 48, it's 98 for 2.
Graham Thorpe marches to the crease, coming in at number 4. He's 27 years of age and averaging over 40 in one-day internationals, as he does in Test match cricket. Yet to score 100, and he's at the crease because his Surrey colleague Alex Stewart dismissed LBW by his ex-Surrey colleague Waqar Younis. Now, I thought there may have been a little inside edge on this. I thought I heard 2 noises. I don't think so now. This is plumb. Hitting middle and leg, I think.
Yeah, it's just ending up being a misjudgment from Alex Stewart. Trying to hit the ball too square. He played so well. I mean, it was an innings of, well, just great class and courage. He took Pakistan on and has given England every chance of winning the game with his boldness. His timing at the moment, Paul, is fantastic, isn't it?
Alex Stewart, as you say, Mark, has played superbly in the latter half of the summer. Man of the series in the Test match series against Pakistan. And Waqar doing a good job for Pakistan, coming back on. Second spell, wicket in the first over of that spell. Big difference in the comparison. England 28 runs ahead, but they've lost 2 wickets, which Pakistan had not done at this stage. Run rate going at just a fraction under 5 and over, and the required rate just over 4. 128 to win. Big turn from outside Thorpe's off stump, but Thorpe plays it well, gets a single, gets off the mark and brings up the England 100. No close catcher in for Atherton. And he swung that away, full toss. It was a gift ball. And it got exactly what it deserved. Smacked away for 4.
You know, that's a very good stroke. I know it looks like a high full toss that anybody could smack for 4, but it's been hit from way outside off stump, and it's because of Atherton's awareness of the field setting. There's only 4 fielders on the leg side, and they're in very odd places. And rather than try and puncture the offside, he's made sure of hitting into the biggest space available on the field.
Oh, that's beaten the inside edge, beaten the off stump. 106 for 2, England.
That's a beautiful stroke. Quite out of character for Michael Atherton, but superbly played.
Mike Atherton played this purely on the length of the delivery. It was the leg spinner. It didn't matter, he got there, and it's only a yard or so short of the maximum. The leg spinner.
Thorpe reading the swing very well. The reverse swing leaving the left-handed player, so Thorpe just angling the ball down to that third man region.
Morgan's new overseas player, just running it across his old ex-teammate Surrey. Wacker now moving across the Severn Bridge. I wonder if he'd enjoy paying that £3.80 every time he has to cross.
There's a big gap there, which Atherton has found between deep backward square and long leg. 3-4 to Atherton, and England over halfway towards that target of 226 now.
That ball was quite wide down the leg side, and Mike Atherton really has looked in better touch this game, a little bit more adventurous perhaps. Certainly decided Mushtaq he's going to attack.
But as often is the case, Wasim Akram and Wacker Younis not that economical with the new ball. Not a maiden between them. Although they've picked up a wicket apiece, they've conceded 51 runs. Base for Inzamam. Atherton looking for three. Thorpe responds. Good running once again.
I think Mushtaq's going to be too popular with his captain. This delivery, he's brought all the cover in from the offside and then drops it short and wide.
Graham Thorpe's had a little look at George Sharp about this ball going down the leg side. Great running by Thorpe. Inzamam put under pressure and making a hash of it. Beautifully played again into the wide open spaces. In a quite brilliant position here. I think many observers thought when they lost the toss today they would be in a position of such strength after 30 overs of their innings. Very short from Mushtaq. Thorpe's running to the danger end. So Malik chooses to throw to the wicket-keeper. 5 from that, Mushtaq over. 144 for 2 from 31 completed overs. Time for a change in the commentary box. We welcome Alan Lamb and Charles Colville.
Thanks very much, Bob. Well, it is serene, the progress that England are currently making. Long way to go, mind, and as we've seen on many occasions, these games can turn in a trice. Just a couple of balls, 2 quick wickets, and suddenly the whole complexion changes. But at the moment, England will be very happy with life, and Pakistan will be getting a little bit concerned. Only 82 runs in the bank. Well, actually, they should be very concerned by now.
Yes, Charles. England in the pound seats. Akram must be thinking how he can break this partnership up. England are cruising at the moment, but it's a funny old game. Just takes one or two quick wickets and anything can happen.
What has really impressed me, and there is another classic example of it, is England's predatory running. They have seized on anything which the Pakistanis have made in the way of a mistake in the field. It was the merest hint of a misfield there, and they were away. Partnership now between Lloyd and Atherton on 48. That's out. There's the mistake. Amir Sohail's got the breakthrough. And has it just given Pakistan a chance to get back into this game?
We were just saying earlier, this is what Akram wanted. And this is a rash shot by Thorpe. He comes down the wicket to Sohail. Misjudges it, and he's well stumped here. And this is what Pakistan wanted. They wanted to break this partnership. Graham Thorpe leaves for 23. The score 146 for 3.
The Glamorgan captain Matthew Maynard making his way to the middle in this his 8th one-day international. He's never really fulfilled the immense promise he shows at county level. This season, for instance, he's averaging 64.85 in first-class cricket, 43.50 in one-day cricket. That's in the county game. These one-day internationals are much stiffer, and here is why he's in. It's the end of Graham Thorpe. Reckless, Alan?
Yeah, not a very good shot. He's come down the wicket. He's trying to get after it, but he's played inside it. He's paid for it.
Piece of keeping by Moin Khan. Oh my goodness gracious me, that's gone way down the ground. I think that's 6. Oh well, there we are then. Who cares about playing yourself in or keeping it on the deck? If it's up there, 5th ball, bosh.
Well, that's a play of immense confidence. He's seen it, pitched outside off stump. It's a free hit. Mid-on's up, and that is a great shot. And Maynard has come in, meaning there's things happen out there.
Oh, there's an appeal there as he pads up and doesn't play a shot, but Nigel Plews isn't interested. 9 off the over, it's 156 for 3. Well, now that's not such a good percentage shot.
Well, this is pitched up well outside off stump. It's turned. I think turn of the ball has done Maynard. There is a man out at mid-wicket, so it is a fairly dangerous shot.
Amir Sohail is causing problems out there.
This is a quicker delivery. I think it's the bounce has really done Maynard there. No foot movement.
Pulled away. That's 4. Now that time Amir Sohail dropped short, and even though it was turning away to the offside, Maynard's punched it away through a straightish mid-wicket for 4.
It shows you the immense talent that Matthew Maynard's got. Great, there's some great running between wickets again. And they nearly got overthrows. Moin Khan's return to Sohail wasn't a very good throw.
Maynard on strike. Oh, that's a terrific delivery. It's just clipped Maynard's pad. There's an impassioned appeal, but it's not out. But that one again turned and straightened.
It's wide of the crease, he bowls this and slanted in, and this turns, and this is just clips his pad, but he's just outside off stump.
Chipped away. Not a huge amount of power in it. They're just going to collect 2 because Atherton has landed it absolutely perfectly in no man's land.
Yeah, Glenn Turner used to play that shot so well. He didn't have the power, but used to just chip it over the infielders and used to pick up plenty 2s, and this is exactly what Michael Atherton did then.
The captain's on 49. And there's his 50. It's his 12th score of 50 or more in one-day international cricket. It's his second 50 in one-day international cricket against Pakistan. And Old Trafford, his home ground, giving him a richly deserved round of applause. Oh, there's a dreadful misfield there. There's no point in looking at the outfield. Salim Malik is the offender, casting dreadful glances at the turf just in front of him. I don't think Wasim's terribly impressed by it all.
Well, taking his eyes off the ball. And this has jumped a little bit in front of him, so a little bit unlucky.
Through the gap again, perfectly. It'll be a chase. And Inzamam has confounded his critics and sprinted down there to third man and pulled off a very fine piece of fielding.
Very well placed by Atherton again.
Oh, that's beautifully played. 4 more. Atherton is up to 61 and is the top scorer in the match now.
This is a very, very delicate shot by Atherton. Sir Klein's bowled that a little quicker, and he's seen that, and he's opened that face of the bat, and he's used the speed of the ball to run it down to third man. Tremendous shot.
It's gone miles in the air. Long off and long on and running for it. And Ataur Rahman is the man who puts it down. Must have been very distracting for him to have the other fielder charging towards him. That was Salim Malik. A comedy of errors on the boundary brings up the 200 for England.
And right underneath this, Ataur Rahman and Salim Malik, the 2 fielders, and Rahman never really got in any position to catch that, never got in a position where he could steady himself. His hands were never really in position to catch the ball either. It was a poor attempt because he had plenty of time to get there, and those are the sort of catches that should be taken.
Slow ball from Akram, and Atherton just drags it into his stump. So Pakistan haven't given up yet. They've dismissed the England captain for 65, and there's still life in the visitors' claim for this match.
Good slower ball from Akram, ball from round the wicket. Atherton looking to steer it away down to third man. Played too early at it, got an inside edge into the stumps. He's gone for a very creditable 65, and England are 200 for 4.
It's an international debut at his home ground for Graham Lloyd. Those are his first-class statistics this season, not having played any international cricket before. And we can have another look at the end of Michael Atherton.
Good slower ball from Akram. You can see the blade open on Atherton's back as he tries to get it down to third man. That's the problem when you're trying to steer the slower ball. You've already played the shot, turned the bat, and the ball comes at you late onto the inside edge and into the stumps.
Lloyd well forward, but Wasim knows all about these Lancashire players. He's bowled at them endlessly in the nets. He's seen them play in the middle. There's still hope for Pakistan here. A lot of inexperience in England's batting order.
One of the features of Graham Lloyd's game is his speed between the wickets. Keeps himself low to the ground and really scampers. There are a few quicker between the wickets in the country. Made a comfortable 2 there. Sensible approach will win this for England. Maynard and Lloyd together can be dashers when they want to be, but 24 from 46 balls represents a comfortable target.
Maynard going for the sweep. He's not put off by this deep set field, and Wasim Akram's fully aware that he's going to go for his shots, try and hit the ball through, over, round this field. It's not going to be one in singles if Matthew Maynard's got anything to do with it.
Come back for 2, and they're in comfortably. This will be a feature of this partnership if it continues the way they run between the wickets, these two. It's a false stroke really from Maynard, bit of an inside edge. And he's screaming through for the second.
Short again from Mushtaq. Be 2 more. Salim Malik fielding, running round from long on. Matthew Maynard just indicating that his batting gloves have got a bit moist. He'd like a nice new dry pair. Well, a good over for England, 6 runs coming from it. It's well above the required rate.
Maynard, even though he got 6 off the over, looking to score off the final ball.
It's a stroke that he plays quite expertly. Almost a surprise that Wasim Akram, who knows so much about him, hasn't got someone there for it.
Well, that's better, off the mark, with a comfortable sweep of the orthodox variety. Plays the reverse sweep really well as well. Also the reverse sort of pull. That's an interesting shot. Play a wonderful knock recently on Sky Sports in the semi-final of the NatWest Trophy. Scored 81. 1 or 2 adventurous reverse sweep come pulls there. Swept himself off his feet.
Very close. Nigel Plews has resisted any temptation to get the finger up. I think probably because Plews reckons there's enough spin out there to not make anything sure if it hits you well on the front foot, but did look middleish, Paul.
Yeah, it's a full ball. It's hit Matthew Maynard almost on the full toss. I think he might be outside off stump.
Yeah, I think also that it might have gone on to spin past off stump. I think that's a very good umpiring decision.
Bowled him, looking to whip it away on the leg side. May have clipped the pad on the way through as he looked to hit it for 4 through square leg, and Akram uproots his off stump.
The quality of Akram, the big slant from round the wicket, just clips the pads on the way through. That's infuriating for Maynard. He'll feel that he hasn't quite finished the job that he set out to do. Having said that, well, touching some wood at least, there shouldn't be a problem for England. He's gone for 41, they're 220 for 5.
Ronnie Irani, the new batsman, Essex all-rounder. Played in a couple of the games against India. I say a couple, it was only one, in fact the first one at the Oval at the start of the summer. He's been in really good form for Essex. Essex, of course, in the final of the NatWest against Lancashire week on Saturday. And immediately he's underway. He's picked the Akram slower ball and through his strength has given it a thump through extra cover for 4. That is not an easy thing to do, I can tell you, to readjust to the pace of the ball like that and to pick it up at the top of its rise and to hit it for 4 as soon as you come to the crease.
That's a super shot because he's had no time to see Akram bowl. He's bowled him a slower ball which has come off this pitch slower and has punched it off the back foot for 4.
He's coming back and makes it. 2 balls from Irani and it's all over. Fantastic stuff. Nothing if not effervescent, this fellow, and nothing if not an effervescent performance from England, who have bounced back from disappointment at the Oval on Monday evening with a delightful, uninhibited victory here.
A series that was won by England 2-1 in the end. That victory was at Old Trafford. Michael Atherton top scoring with 65. 3 wickets for Wasim Akram. England winning by 5 wickets. Hope you enjoyed that rather random ODI we showed, but just to show a bit of cricket from way back in the day with some fresh-faced players